doing, everybody? Welcome back to the Clothesline podcast. I am Oren. With me is the lovely Nofar. How are you, my dear?
Hi, how are you, Oren? How was your days like crap? No, I'm sorry. I just lack of sleeping hours. I was sick and I was like, ugh.
No, it's actually been pretty good. I mean, we passed the Rumble. We saw Monday Night Raw. We got a clear trajectory towards WrestleMania. We already got a main event declared. We have the lots to talk about.
Yeah.
And from what I see, a lot of people just hated the Rumble, like in general. And here,
Still, they're still talking about it.
they're still talking about how this is one of the worst rumbles in history and all that. And I gotta give my two cents here, my schneckle.
Yeah,
Um, on Cage Match, the website that
yeah.
rates wrestling events by fans,
hmm
it's from 52 editions of or 52 Royal Rumble matches. This is like number 46, and I'm like, I see the list, and I go, listen. I know this wasn't the greatest Royal Rumble. That's a different one. That's a different one entirely. But this wasn't the worst Royal Rumble of all time. It was an okay Rumble, in my opinion. It had a couple of bad spots, but I don't think it deserved number 46 out of 52.
Out of curiosity, which Rumble won the 52 spot?
The greatest Royal Rumble, the first one in
Ah,
Saudi
okay,
with the
obviously,
guys, yeah.
yeah.
That definitely deserves number 52. But like they had a couple of those 2015, 2022, which is fine. 98, 99, I think, and there was another one. But there were other Rumbles that were as bad, if not worse than this one. I mean, 96. That's a boring Rumble. Okay, 2002. Any way you look at it, it's a very boring Rumble, especially when they only have like 3 or 4 guys in the ring, in my opinion.
hmm
So the thing is, I think like most of the hate about this Rumble is because it's in Saudi Arabia, and we get it. We don't like Saudi Arabia, like people don't like Saudi Arabia, whatever. But the thing is, I came, I came full circle with this because I said, okay, they paid $100 million. Fine, enjoy the Rumble. They have wrestling fans there. It's not like the first edition we saw with the whole sheiks sitting on the front rows and stuff on those old big couches. They have wrestling fans. They showed enthusiasm, and as an overall event, it was a decent event. So it's not. I think all the hatred comes from the fact that it was in Saudi Arabia as opposed to if this thing was in Cleveland. I don't think people would hate this event as much. So your
A
thoughts?
question though. You know what was the grade that ESPN gave to it?
I heard it was a D.
D.
But did it really deserve a D?
Listen, I think it's more than just because it was in Saudi Arabia. I think it was because of the results. Because if you look at it, okay, Roman Reigns won again the Royal Rumble that he didn't need to. But once we'll get to Raw, we will see how it transpired. But okay, like Drew McIntyre retaining, okay, best option. Maybe the fact that AJ Styles retired in Saudi Arabia, I think that was the part that pissed people off. Not the whole Rumble itself, but probably Styles. If you think about it, if the event was in Atlanta and Styles is from Gainesville, it will be much more emotional
Or
rather
symbolic?
than Saudi Arabia. Some say like, oh, they didn't deserve to see Styles retire there.
Okay, but what if the Rumble
What?
was in Indianapolis? What if the Rumble was in Boston? What if the Rumble was in Utah? People would go. People would still go. No, it was supposed to be in Atlanta where it grew
No,
up.
that's the thing. I'm not saying that this Rumble sucked. I will agree with you. It was a decent Royal Rumble. It was a decent event. There was nothing. Okay, if I can give you another one, except the Greatest Royal Rumble, it was the Rumble that Ronda Rousey and Brock Lesnar won. Because of those
2022.
results, because they were irrelevant at the time. It's like you gave it to someone that doesn't need that. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Rumble
But
2022
other
was a
than
waste.
that, it was like, okay, Roman has a storyline that we will get to that while we'll go to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Liv, obviously, she deserved it. From all people, she does deserve it. I think the fact that people are pissed off is basically because of the location and because of the fact that Styles retired in that location, and that's it.
If he retired, we still don't know what the thing in the gloves is.
Yeah. If you
Okay.
look after our Fightfuls report, that depends on its status with WWE at the moment. could be that AEW is interested in getting Styles to AEW, which we know would happen
Well,
since 2018. But still,
well, good luck with that because if he goes to AEW and like he's not gonna stay there for like 3 or 4 years. He said this is his last year, so you're gonna get him for what?
yeah.
Like if you get him for like 6 months. So if you want to get
And
6 months out of AJ Styles in 2026 and have a couple of dream matches and have the match with Kenny by God Omega, go right ahead. You have a
not
lot
Will
of people's
Ospreay in that
blessing on
matter.
that.
Not
What?
Will Ospreay.
You got Osprey and Omega and maybe Okada again. I would love to see that match.
Yeah, totally.
Takeshita versus Styles could be an awesome match. But the question is, does AJ Styles even want that? Because right now, all I hear is, listen, I'm done. I'm done. That's it. I'm gonna be a producer backstage because I want to give my knowledge back to the new generation. And again, if this is what he wants, dude, this is all you, man. Like I respect your
But there was
decision.
something I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you remember on the Impact premiere at AMC, you had a segment between Styles and Santana,
Yeah.
and he was staring at the belt? Just
Because it
to,
felt like if everybody talked about him leaving WWE after WrestleMania or maybe doing a crossover with TNA, and then we would have AJ Styles versus Frankie Kazarian, AJ Styles versus Santana for the title. And I mean, if that is the plan, I'm all for it. But if Styles said about a year ago, and he called Triple H and said, "Listen, I'm done. Like January 26th, I'm done. I'm gonna open a hot dog stand, get ready to fry, and this is what I'm gonna do in my life." I'll be like, "Okay, that's your decision. I
yeah.
respect it."
But still, we still have to see because
Yeah,
we're in February right now, so
yeah.
we still have time till December to see what he will do if he will do.
All I'm
But
saying
if you
is,
ask me, he should go to TNA.
I can be a very selfish fan and say you should go to TNA and you should do that stuff. I really mean this when I say this. Styles, whatever you want to do, dude, you
No,
do you. Of course.
obviously, that's his life. I'm not gonna tell him what to
Well,
do.
listen. I wouldn't object to seeing him against Kenny Omega in an all-in match. I think that would be tremendous. And all-in this year is once again goes back to London. So
Yeah.
AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega in London. Maybe Osprey, I don't know, Osprey or Kenny Omega, something like that. That that would put butts in seats.
Exactly. It will be
No doubt
sold out,
about it.
if you
Yeah,
ask me.
yeah, of course.
There's one thing before we
Uh,
need to address to Monday
sure.
Night Raw, and that's regarding the rumors that are circulating around Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
There was rumors circulating about that okay, he had a dark match against Gunther and he had to be pulled out with a stretcher. And then came all the rumors that are saying that his as well, once his contract is expired with WWE, he will not renew it and he will possibly join Tommaso Ciampa in AEW. Those are
Okay.
fake news, guys, because we don't know what's going on with his status. He's currently WWE, and if you're not going to a reliable source, do not believe any rumors circulating. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. We need concrete evidence. We need concrete
Yep.
reporting. And if it's not official from websites like Fightful and maybe
PW
PW
Insider
Insider and all
example.
that stuff, so just don't believe it,
Yep.
folks. Also, quick question about that. If we are talking about if we're going to address that rumor, when is Candice LeRae's contract coming to an end, or did she just renew it?
All I heard is she's more active backstage as a producer.
All
Same
right,
as
so
Pete Dunne, by the way. Pete Dunne
yeah,
is also holding, he's Raya right now with Grand Americano, but
I thought he was
we all know
Bravo.
he's mainly active in
Wait, is he Bravo or Rayo?
Ryo.
You sure?
Pete
I thought
Dunne
it was
is
the other way
Ryo.
around.
Tyler Bate is Bravo.
All right, okay.
You know how you see that spot the difference? First of all, Tyler Bate is shorter, and he has a tattoo sleeve that usually they're covering him up to upper arm.
All right.
That's it.
I just didn't remember the names they gave each one of those characters because I thought I don't really care. But fine, okay. So Pete Dunne is Ryu. No, he's
The
he's
red
Ryu,
one,
and
and
yeah,
Bravo
okay.
is the blue one. Tyler
All
Bate,
right.
yeah.
So, is there any more concrete news to the whole Johnny Gargano rumor? If it is something substantial, we'll address it. We'll talk about it. It'll be fun. Also, straight off of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiromu Takahashi has announced that he is leaving the company after the events of New Beginning in Osaka and Nagayo and all that. And rumors has it that he might be going to WWE.
as well.
I just want to say one thing. Look what happened to Los Ingobernables de Japón. They're breaking up, guys. They're breaking up. They're all over the place. You got Naito and Bushi and Noah. You got Evil coming to WWE as well. Sanada's like AWOL. The only one that's left is Shingo. He's holding the company on his back. It's kind of sad, but
That's a
they're
good
all,
thing. Well, how about Evil? Evil also, there are speculations that he will
yeah.
join WWE as well.
Well, I thought that he was married to Io Sky, but now I'm not
They
so
were
sure.
engaged.
They were engaged, but they
Yeah,
finished off the engagement, right? So not engaged anymore. All right.
yeah.
But other than that, when it comes to Hiromu Takahashi, and I was really hoping for him to fulfill his dream because he said his dream was to walk in as a junior heavyweight champion and win the heavyweight championship at Wrestle Kingdom. That's his dream. It's not gonna happen now, is it? Now he's gonna go out of there and he's probably gonna join Naito and Noah, if that's my guess. But wow, Hiromu in WWE, that would be interesting.
If they will use him properly.
Listen, the guy is a charisma machine, and if they even give him an ounce of what he has and what he showed in all of his career in New Japan with those outlandish costumes that he wore for Wrestle Kingdoms and all that, and plus all of the things he does in the ring, they could have a gold mine in their hands. But the question is, will they actually do it?
But that's the thing. The one thing I'm scared of is they will use him like they did with Shinsuke Nakamura. He had an amazing run at the beginning, and now he's a mid card and he barely used. I'm
Well,
not considering his match with Styles Saturday Night's main event, but you get my point.
yeah, of course. But but here's the thing. Someone told me that like a couple of years ago. I had a conversation with a fellow Israeli wrestler, and I talked to him about, how come this guy's still in the company? He's not being treated well. He's not a champion. And he just told me one thing. Well, he's making good money, doesn't he? Isn't he? And that's the bottom line because Shinsuke Nakamura, we're all talking about him. How come he's not a champion? How come he doesn't have any storylines? How come he's not getting booked properly and all that? And then you look at the other side of the coin. He is making good money. He lives near the beach, and he's enjoying life. So who am I to complain that if Shinsuke Nakamura is not happy or not? So if he's
But
happy,
we're fans.
of
Eventually,
course.
we are fans, and we are allowed to express our opinion about a
And I
wrestler that's not being
and
used
I
properly
and I'm
or something. That, of
sure,
course, it's personal life. I'm happy for him, but as a
of
fan,
course,
I
yeah,
want to see
but
more.
and I'm sure that Nakamura reads a couple of those comments and goes, "I'm happy they care about me, but for me right now, I'm in a good place. Of course, I wouldn't mind being champion, like everybody wants me to be, but that's how the dice rolls. That's what happens. Thank you, Vince. You screwed Nakamura out of his first Royal Rumble, so that's on you." All right, today we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw and then NXT. There's lots to talk about. Here we go. Monday Night Raw starts straight off the bat with Braun Breaker having a tantrum like a 5-year-old when he starts to when he starts to ruining everything near the ringside. Hey, he goes to the this I laughed my ass off because he walks towards the announce table. Now, usually when I think of somebody trying to trash the place, I'm thinking Brock Lesnar just picking up the table, tossing it around, breaks it apart. He did the smoothest flip to the table, very, very gently, and then he just like picked it up slowly and then just flipped it up. And I'm like, dude, break the damn thing.
No, okay, I'll give you
I
another example.
laughed
Like
so
Gunther,
hard.
he's attacking Matt McAfee, Michael Cole. He's like, "You have Corey Graves, you have Michael Cole. You can do what Gunther haven't done yet, and that's retire Michael Cole." I'm still
I,
on Gunther retiring Michael Cole, guys. I'm sorry.
I was just curious about how come he didn't just break the entire arena, man. Break the posts, break the lamps, break the guardrail, something. No, he just came over to the desk, flip it gently, and then
Yeah.
everybody trying to calm him down. I'm like, come on. It made me laugh. So, of course, he is mad. He is furious about what happened at the Royal Rumble. He wants to blame Adam Pearce. The entire Vision tries to calm him down, and then Paul Heyman, of course, runs down what happened at the Royal Rumble. Adam Pearce shows up with security. He starts to badmouth Braun about he's going to give him the night off because of his worst performance in the Royal Rumble match. And then, of course, the Vision claims, listen, you were the guy behind the hockey mask, the mask attacker. And Pierce goes, wait a minute, what? No, it wasn't me. In fact, the last person that was under a mask was Austin Theory. And then
Yeah.
you can see the wheels turn in Breaker's head. And he's like, wait a minute. And he's looking at Austin Theory. And everybody's like, no, come on, dude. Calm down. It's not him. So and then he says he wants to, after he said the worst performance part, Breaker runs out of the ring like a jet ski. He stumbles, but he gets up fast. And Bronson Reed's trying to stop him. And then out of nowhere, LA Knight attacks both Theory and Logan Paul with the chair, escapes out of nowhere. And then Braun Breaker turns to Paul Heyman and says, "What the hell are we doing? What are we doing, Paul?"
It was
Also-
intense, but it was weird and intense at the same time, if you ask me. Because the fact that all the visions tried to stop him, like, you're gonna lose your mind, but he's not, like what you said earlier. And secondly, do you believe on those speculating that Adam Pearce was the attacker?
No, I think it's very funny that people actually assume that, or actually suggesting that it is Adam Pearce. I think he's having a kick out of this. But of course, if you go to conspiracy theories, if you look at the close up, if you look at the specs, if you look at the analysis from the crime lab, everybody thinks that it was Logan Paul. Now it could be. So now the whole theory, basically, the whole theory about Austin Theory being the mole inside the Vision sent by Seth Rollins could turn into Logan Paul, which is weird, but you know, it would be a nice twist to the whole narrative in the story. So
I actually think about this option. Yes, Austin is the mole for Seth Rollins, and Logan Paul is the mole for Adam Pearce.
So
Think about it. The Raw before Royal Rumble. No, wait. Hear me out.
All right.
On the Raw before the Royal Rumble, it was Logan Paul himself suggested that all of the Vision members will help Braun Breaker win the Royal Rumble. And then on the Royal Rumble, he attacks him.
Okay.
And he's doing, like, you get the point. But that's why, again, Logan Paul does not need the Vision. So for me, it's like, if he can cooperate with Adam Pearce and go on his own, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but why involve also Adam Pearce as a cohort for Logan Paul, like vice versa? Why would
Because of his issue with Breaker. Actually, both issues.
Yeah, but okay, but what does Logan Paul benefit from that? That's the big question.
I think that he's trying to get out of his shadow. It could be the most decent reason I can think of. He wanted to get out of the shadow of Braun Breaker, or in general, the entire Vision.
No,
I think he is.
all right, we'll just have to wait and see. But I gotta say,
and just to remind everyone, also, sorry that I'm cutting you off, but just to remind everyone that Adam Pearce was a wrestler before. He was a former NWA champion.
Yeah,
he actually uploaded a picture of himself just a few days ago with the mask he was wrestled on. Just so you know.
Here's the thing.
I don't mind to see Adam Pearce versus Braun Breaker.
I know people are sick and tired. I know people are sick and tired of the whole Max thing, but sometimes a good mystery actually works. And now I'm really, really intrigued to see who is the Masked Man this time, instead of the last time that you ruined it in Survivor Series. But that's a different story. Other than that, let's talk about LA Knight's new T-shirt. LA Knight's new T-shirt, Unchosen, and I'm like, okay, so you're telling me everything I saw in Unreal was scripted? It wasn't real?
No! When? That's not true.
So I'm like, so what are you gonna do with LA Knight now? What's his game plan? What's his WrestleMania trajectory?
I think that you'll let him finish the storyline with the Vision, specifically Bronson Reed, after what happened 2 months ago, and after that, I have no idea.
So you're getting LA Knight either versus Bronson Reed or Austin Theory at WrestleMania? That's the plan?
Reed. Specifically Bronson Reed.
Yeah, all right. After that, we get the announcement that Roman Reigns will be here tonight, even though Triple H said that Roman's going to take a couple of weeks off. He probably got the hint that Roman Reigns shouldn't take a day off before he selects somebody to face at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
So Roman Reigns is going to be closing the show, talking about whoever's going to choose to be against WrestleMania. The first match of the night, Javon Evans versus El Grande Americano, accompanied by the ring by Ryu and Bravo. Good match. Probably the match we should have gotten about a week ago. Maybe? No? So
No, it was. He had a match a few weeks ago. Remember when Javon was
yeah, but
injured and they had to
was,
stop the
was
match?
he really injured? Because I hear reports that
I
he
have no
was.
idea. I have no idea.
Really weird. So we get a match. It's an okay match. The crowd is way behind Javon. And then towards the end of the match, cue the music, and it's original El Grande Americano causing the distraction, and Javon wins with the cutter, almost breaking El Grande's face in the ring. And then we get the face off between original El Grande and second El Grande. We'll call him the second one. This is gonna be the feud of the year, and I just want to see the mask versus mask match at WrestleMania.
Mask on a pole match.
Mask on a pole match, and if you're gonna bring an army for the original El Grande, you're gonna bring in the Creeds, and it's gonna be Julieto and Bruschetta. I know it's an Italian dish, but still, Bruschetta and Julieto are gonna be like the Creeds, and they're gonna be on the side of the original El Grande, facing Ryu, Bravo, and El Grande at WrestleMania. It's gonna be tremendous. And then
Love it.
I gotta give a shout out to Bravo. Okay, we know who he is, but let's call him Bravo. Whoever this masked man is, he is amazing. If you look at the faith gestures he does and the whole theatrical stuff he does during the matches and on the promo that was in the between the commercials and intermission, he's just having a ball. He's having a blast. He's enjoying every second of it. And just give him a shout out. That guy, he's awesome, man.
Yeah.
He's just awesome.
I'll agree with you. I'll agree. He's awesome. I wanted to ask you something. You saw
Sure.
the original Gran Americano mask,
Yeah.
and it was like, okay, it was the white, the original, and then you had like a part that was black. I understood that.
Maybe because of the beard. He doesn't want
No,
to shave,
it wasn't
so
the beard. It was a part of the mask, and it looks like dirt.
maybe they
I
changed
think
the
it-
mask.
It was weird. I don't know.
I-
But this
I
is a dream match at WrestleMania, guys.
I'm
Okay.
just saying, at the beginning, when there was only one El Grande, I thought it was the Omas. I was pretty sure it was Omas.
Please, okay. Fantasy booking, okay? Fantasy booking.
Yeah.
You have El Grande Kaiser versus El Grande Gable, okay? At
Yeah.
WrestleMania. Mid-match, El Grande Boss comes and attacks everyone.
If that actually happens,
Funny.
it probably
What?
that will be a bigger WrestleMania moment than Brock Lesnar versus Omas. WrestleMania.
Yeah.
49. All right, we get a highlight of the NXT talent that took part in the Royal Rumble match. We get JC Jane, of course, Lola Vice, Sol Ruka. We get Javon, Trick, Oba, even though they just made it to the main roster. And then we get also the announcement that Royce Keys is now a part of NXT. That is official. So
He's
is a
officially
part
in
of
NXT, that's it?
Well, he's going to be in NXT. We haven't seen him yet, but if he's acknowledged in that video, then he's NXT.
It's kind of weird, though.
Why?
We talked about it on my review for the Rumble, but
Yeah.
it's kind of weird that, okay, you made a debut on, let's call it the main roster, because Rumble, main roster, and then,
yeah.
like, okay, we're shifting into NXT.
Well,
I'm
that's what
not
they're doing.
counting Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry. I'm not counting them
Well,
because they were in TNA beforehand.
yeah, of course, but if that's what they want, go right ahead. Maybe they'll change
I
their
don't
mind.
mind. I don't
but
care
right
who
now-
will be in NXT. He can be a great opposition to Keanu Carver, but still.
Right. We'll just have to wait and see because right now he hasn't appeared on this week's NXT. Maybe next week. Like if he actually goes to NXT, I just want to see him partner up with Ricky Saints again, and that will be very, very.
You're
interesting to see
dying for
their
that to happen.
collaboration
You're
again.
dying
Yeah.
to have him be his assistant again.
And then Taz is gonna come home and he's gonna manage them. Team Taz is gonna be alive again in NXT.
But I digress.
Yeah. Next segment. Gunther Styles entered
That's
the arena.
brilliant. Brilliant. Love it. I
People-
loved it.
I feel people don't really understand how amazing Gunther really is. Like all I hear is that he's not. He's only good in the ring, and he's excellent in the ring, by the way. But he doesn't have any promo skills and stuff. What are you talking about? Gunther has promo skills. Gunther has acting chops. He is tremendous. So he's mocking AJ Styles. He has the audience in the palm of his hand. And everybody's thinking about this next victim. When Dragon Lee, AJ Styles' longtime partner, comes to the ring to avenge his partner's loss, he goes right after Gunther. It looks awesome. And then Gunther hits him with the bell, and he chokes him out near the ring apron. And then there's a spot there where Dragon Lee becomes unconscious, and he looks dead. And that is horrific. And a
And
horrific
you
image.
saw how they compared it to AEW?
Of course, because they already did the spot, which is fine.
Yeah,
But you don't
still.
have exclusivity for a spot.
Okay, here's the big question. Do you
Yeah.
think Gunther will retire Dragon Lee when their match will happen?
I actually thought about this, and somebody I saw a comment over an Alfred's. I don't remember exactly who said it, but I'll give him the credit. Sorry, I don't remember your name. But this could actually come to Gunther versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. And Gunther retires Rey Mysterio. And then people are going to
Interesting.
be pissed because they want
Wow.
Dominic to do it.
Wow, that would be interesting.
He
That would
needs
be very
another
interesting if it
legend
goes
to
there.
end his career, and you got nobody else because Jericho's not coming in yet. So
Brock
Rey Mysterio's
Lesnar,
not.
if the rumors are true, and if he retires at SummerSlam
So
and helps
okay, so
out.
that's SummerSlam. What are you gonna do with Gunther at WrestleMania? He can't have like a regular match. He needs a career-ending match, and the only option I see available right now is Rey Mysterio. So
Could
it's
be.
either Dominic retiring him or it's either Gunther. One of them. And if it's Gunther, people are gonna be mad about that decision if that's the decision they're gonna make.
And you know what the good part is? That Gunther doesn't care.
Of
He's
course, and
laughing all the way to the bank for that.
and that's the
And
beautiful.
that's why you need to appreciate this guy. Like he's the only one who can bury all. You can bury all that. He didn't. He was having the time of his life when he retired John Cena with all the backlash he received, and he's still able to pull it through. Same with Styles. And I don't see it any different with Rey Mysterio, with Brock Lesnar, with Randy Orton, maybe in the future, Roman Reigns in the future.
A
I'll
lot of
just
you,
say,
a
I'll
lot of
just
you.
say,
Yeah.
I'll just say that Andrade tweeted, I think it was earlier today, that he wants to retire in AEW. Someone called Gunther to do a one-time appearance. Just
Listen.
saying.
A long time ago, Mick Foley had a stand-up act, and he talked about how Brock Lesnar was the only option to retire the Undertaker because he's the only guy that's one looked believable enough, and two can handle that much pressure. And
Yeah.
now we come almost full circle with Gunther, who has retired Goldberg, retired John Cena, now AJ Styles. And he's the only guy that not only looks believable in doing this act, he's the only guy that can handle this much pressure.
Yep.
So if it's Rey Mysterio, I'm only guessing here, folks. I have no idea if it actually comes to that. But if it is Rey Mysterio and then Brock Lesnar, Gunther's the guy for the job. And I respect him for that.
By the
And
way,
like,
I will have to correct you
sure.
because yes, Brock Lesnar ended his Undertaker streak in WrestleMania 30,
Yeah.
but his retiring match was against AJ Styles at WrestleMania 36.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
That
He
was his
ended the
last
streak.
match.
The bottom line was he ended the streak, so that's like the
Yeah.
main point of that. Yeah, sure. Other than that, if it's not Rey Mysterio and it's not Jericho, Bella Twins, you better watch out. Don't announce
We'll
your
get to
retirement
their
yet.
segment afterward later
Oh
on.
man,
Jesus.
wow, we got to talk about that segment later on.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of stuff going on backstage. We see Heyman talking to Paul Pierce. Heyman demands a Braun Breaker be brought back into the arena. And Pierce says, no. What about LA Knight? We want a match against LA Knight. And he says, no. I kicked him out of the building because he shouldn't be here because for attacking people. So what are you going to give us? Oh, I'm going to give you Bronson Reed versus Penta. Okay, cool. I haven't seen that match yet, so it's probably going to be good. Of course, we see then Braun Breaker, another tantrum outside the building. I don't care, Paul. And he's walking out. Then we come to the first segment of the show that I really hated. I really hated this. I'm not gonna curse, but I'm really mad about this. We're supposed to have a tag match between the War Raiders and a mystery tag team. War Raiders are in the ring. Lights go out, and then we hear the music of Oba Femi. Oba Femi walks into the ring, and he completely annihilates the War Raiders. And the first thing that comes to mind, out of all the people on Monday Night Raw, out of all the people in the roster, of all the tag teams in the roster, you have to have the War Raiders getting decimated by this guy?
Yeah.
What about the LWO? What about the Creeds? Like the War Raiders, one of the massive tag teams you have, getting demolished like nothing?
I hate what they're doing with War Raiders. They're an amazing tag team, and they just completely ruined them once they made the call up. If you ask me, and also you remember Alba Femi's match against Ivar a few years ago in NXT. That was like, okay, you're trying to I forgot the word, but you're trying to show us who Obafemi is. Fine.
You're trying to showcase Obafemi, which is fine. You want him to demolish
But
people, that's okay, but you're demolishing the wrong people. I
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
I'm not saying he can't beat the War Raiders, but if you know that Ivar and Oba can deliver a very good match, here's what they should have done, in my opinion. If they want to demolish anyone, they couldn't demolish Alpha Academy. They got a title match next week. That's fine. But you
Mm.
have LWO, which is unfortunately are the most logical people to take a bump from Obafemi. So Obafemi decimates them. And then the following week, he decimates another guy, a singles guy. I don't know who he is. And then the War Raiders come to confront him. So what they do, they have one-on-one matches. First against Eric and then against Ivar. And then one, they showcase Obafemi like they want to showcase him. Two, they have a competitive match against both guys. And three, at the end of both matches, they shake his hand and they give him their stamp of approval. Their stamp of approval.
Legit? Yeah.
That's how you do it. But no, let's
Agree.
just decimate them. Oh, that's okay. They're going right now to have a trip for Triple A, so that's fine. We're not gonna see them right now. But when they come back, people remember.
But what does it have to do with that, with the fact that they're going to AAA? He doesn't.
That it's okay to decimate them now. Now they can go to Triple A for a couple of months, and then they'll be fresh when they come back, and nobody would remember they got decimated by Obafemi. That's probably their
Yeah, don't be
mindset.
sure about that. Don't be sure about that.
No, I'm saying that is their mindset. It's
Yeah, I
always
know.
their
I know.
mindset. So
Yeah.
I don't get it. All right. Video promo by Finn Balor talking about the match in Ireland and the fact that he lost to CM Punk. And it reminded me of the old Rodney Dangerfield skit. I get no respect at all. He gets no respect. And then he said, well, I don't consider myself a bad guy, but I can do bad things. You're not a bad guy. You turned on Damian Priest. You imploded the Judgment Day. You almost killed Edge's wife, but you're not a bad guy. What are you smoking?
But overall, I loved it.
Uh,
I love that promo. I
it was
still feel bad that for him that he wasn't involved in any sort of way in the Rumble, but it was not bad.
no, but
Nothing.
okay, a couple of things. Number one, I have this thing, and I know it's kind of a bug and thing in me, but if there's no consistency in a storytelling, okay, if there's no consistency in a storyline, it pisses me off. Okay, you have to be consistent, and there has to be some kind of logical explanation to any kind of term in a storytelling. It's like you're watching a movie, and then something out of left field comes like happens in the movie, and you're like, how the hell did that happen? They're not explaining me how that happened. So
But
if
here's the
Finn,
thing. I'm sorry for cutting you off,
yeah,
but
sure.
there wasn't consistency with Finn Balor for what, 2 years? There
Of
wasn't
course,
no consistency with him.
but he says I'm not a bad guy when everybody knows you're a bad guy. That's number one. Number two, as opposed to the Rumble, uh, they had the show where they said, look, you can't declare because all spots were taken, which is fine. So he wasn't supposed to be in the Rumble. So now he wants revenge. And my guess, we're probably heading to a match against CM Punk at Elimination Chamber because it's in Chicago. The first one was in Ireland, so this one's going to be in Chicago. He's
Maybe.
going to get his match back. So yeah, at least that.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm not a bad guy. Give me a break.
But it's okay. I want to jump a little bit forward
Sure.
because there was also a promo from Finn Balor regarding to NXT Origin. We saw it as well last week.
Yeah.
And I wonder how it's disconnected.
It actually has no connection at all, in my opinion, because I think right now they're trying to embellish NXT because there's a lot of backlash towards NXT now because they took all their major stars and they brought them up to the main roster at the same freaking time. So now NXT has got to rebuild itself up. They have no one left there because they took Trick, they took Javon, and they took Obafemi. Okay, you have a good roster there, but the problem is they're not established as their main stars yet. So now you got to build them up. So when they bring in videos with Finn Balor and anybody else that was NXT, oh, NXT is awesome. I grew up there. It was a great place to learn stuff. And they're trying to sell us that NXT is still good.
Yeah, but it's a
That's how I
it's a
saw it.
second week straight that they're showing us specifically Finn Balor.
Because
You
he's
didn't
the only
saw
one
Sami
that's willing
Zayn,
to
you didn't
talk.
saw Kevin Owens, you didn't saw Johnny Gargano, specifically Finn
Because-
Balor. That's what I'm wondering.
Because he's the only one willing to talk good things about NXT right now.
No, Johnny Gargano can talk about NXT. Come
Ah,
on.
give him a minute. He's probably gonna do a video of his own. All right.
I don't know.
All right. Second part of the night that really pissed me off: the Bella Twins promo. Wow.
We're
What
in
a
2008.
listen. This was a bad promo, and it's amazing why this was a bad promo. And I'll tell you why. Now, to be clear, I have nothing personal against the Bella Twins. Okay, it's nothing personal. I just say stuff as a fan. I watch the show. There's stuff I like, sorry, and there's stuff I don't like. And this specifically I didn't like for the following reasons. They have this promo. The first thing Nikki Bella does is is agitate the crowd in Philadelphia. You're supposed to be baby faces, right? You had a
She
baby
was a
face.
heel just a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
That
but
was
Brie
weird.
Bella's a baby face. And she
Yeah,
came
that's
back
why I
to
don't
a hero's
understand
welcome at the Rumble.
I
So,
don't
like, I
understand
don't
the right.
get
They're
it.
heel or face.
So here's the thing: we have no idea what they are now. So Nikki eggs on the crowd, and they turn on her, and then they cheer Brie, and the crowd's happy. And then she says, "Well, I came back to help my sister that got beat up for the past couple of weeks." And Nikki's like, "Are you supposed to be my tag partner? You don't even know who you are. Are you good? Are you faces or heels?" And then they declare that are going for the tag team titles. Now, I expected as much the minute I saw Brie back, but here's my opinion. If they want to go for the tag titles, sure, go right ahead. I'm pretty sure they're going to get a tag title reign sometime. But I'm just hoping it's not going to happen at WrestleMania. And I'll tell you why. Because, of course, they were the first tag teams. You can talk about the beginning of the women's revolution. I have a different opinion on that. We'll leave that to another day. But
Mm-hmm.
at WrestleMania, that spot, the spot of anyone winning those tag titles should not go to the Bella Twins. It should go to a different tag team. If the Bellas win the tag team before WrestleMania, if they have an elimination chamber and the Bellas walk out of that, the new tag team champions, like, great, awesome. But at WrestleMania, that spot, that winning title spot, should go to any different tag team. It could be Charlexa, it could be Zaruka, it could be Belaira, or any other combination name they have, like Jacklass, or whatever. Anyone. Just not the Bellas. Because I do believe that there are other women on the roster that have earned that spot to win the titles at the main stage of WrestleMania. Just my opinion.
No, it's okay. No, I understand what you're saying. I mean, if you will have a tag team title opportunity against Rio, I assume they will be in an elimination chamber because I'll give you another example. When Tiffany defended her title against Trish Stratus
Yeah.
elimination chamber last year, I think it will be the same thing. They will
Wait,
get
no,
their match
Trish
against
wasn't a
Rio,
tag team
right?
match. Whoa. Trish was in a tag team match, right?
No, but they had like, oh no, that was an Evolution. Sorry.
Evolution. They had a
But,
tag match in the elimination chamber. Yeah.
Okay, but still, I think
Yeah, I get your point. Yeah, I get your point.
okay, I don't see a reason as well why they will have this opportunity at WrestleMania. I don't understand. Maybe right for the big moment, and they're like, it's like AJ Lee. Okay, we know AJ Lee is going to be at WrestleMania because it's the only time we're going to see her. But again, they don't need it. They really don't need it. If I totally agree with you. If I want to see a match at WrestleMania for Riot for the tag titles, I would love to see them against Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Shalexa had been there, Asuka and Kyrie been there, Bailey and Lyra, I don't know what's the shtick. But Nia Jax and Lash Legend totally deserve it. More than the Bellas, more than, I don't know.
If I had to guess, because the most dysfunctional tag team right now is Bailey and Lyra, I'm guessing they will come full circle from last year that Bailey didn't get her match at WrestleMania, and they would win the tag team titles at WrestleMania somehow.
Could be.
If I had to guess.
No, it could be an option. Maybe a triple threat. I don't know.
No, I'm saying it could be a triple threat, fatal four-way, five-way, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they have a pretty decent explanation why it should be an elimination chamber, because they have a very, very expanded tag team division, and each of them deserve a shot. I would love to see a six tag team for the women tag team titles at the elimination chamber. But at WrestleMania, you can go like a three-way dance, four-way dance, five dance, whatever. But the bottom line is, whoever comes out with the tag team titles, it should be a tag team that has been telling their story for the past year. And you have Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, and you have Rio and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. My apologies, and you have Bailey and Lyra, who have been dysfunctional from the beginning, and they were kind of broken up and not broken up, and then Bailey went crazy and stuff like that. We have no idea why. So now it seems to me they should complete the circle and they should become tag team champions. As for Rhea and Io, I think they should face each other at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
We should see
same goes
Rhea
with Charlotte, by the
turn
way.
heel on Io.
I mean, I will see Charlotte versus Alexa at WrestleMania. I can see, definitely will see Rhea versus Io at WrestleMania. But if they're planning to give them the titles to WrestleMania, towards WrestleMania, so they have to get their big match.
Yeah.
3-way, 4-way, 5-way, I don't care. But the point of this whole conversation, the Bella Twins doesn't need it.
Exactly.
They can have a match, all is great, but they don't need the tag titles. Especially if they I'm sorry, they're full time, they're part time. What exactly
I think they're full time, but I think they will win the titles because they haven't won it back in the day because it didn't exist then. So
yeah, I know, but
to
still.
complete they complete a checklist, but that's fine. But just don't deserve the spot at WrestleMania for them to win the title. They can come in champions, maybe, but fine.
I don't know.
All right, after that, we got a conversation backstage with the comedian Bert. I forgot his last name.
Bert Kirchner.
The Machine of the Alpha Academy wishes him luck next week for their tag team title match against the Usos. He talks to Maxine, tells her I was hoping for you to beat Natty. So we're gonna get Maxine versus Natty next week. Hopefully,
she was screaming, "I will break her ankle." It was funny.
I lost my hearing at that point, so yeah. Okay, we got Bronson Reed versus Penta. Good match. I think it's the first time I actually saw a match between the two, which was pretty good. The ending came when Austin Theory and Logan Paul trying to interfere. The referee was in between. Penta knocks the referee out of the ring. Tsunami by Bronson Reed squashes Penta, and then where's the referee? He's knocked to the outside. So somehow Bronson Reed tries to pick up the referee or pick up Penta or something like that. LA Knight comes out of nowhere. BFT on the ground on a chair. And then the referee counts to the 10 count and Penta wins by a count out. Again, the feud between LA Knight and Division. Where does it go to? I'm guessing he goes one after the other until he gets Braun Breaker or something like that.
Like a redemption arc.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. At least he has some kind of a major storyline, so I'll give him that one.
Yeah.
Wow. The next segment, we have the return of Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio. The guy looks like a young version of Leo from That 70s Show.
Oh, wow. Sober. I just saw a video of this guy recently.
Yeah, man.
It's the same. The actor.
Yeah, but Tommy Chong, I think his name is.
Tommy Chong, yeah.
But seriously, Dominic pulls it off. The guy just pulls it off. He just comes out like casual with glasses and a bigger mustache and stuff like that. And he introduces the winner of the 2026 Royal Rumble winner, the winner of the winner, Liv Morgan. She comes to the ring, hugs Dirty Dom. The power couple is back together. And then Liv introduces Raquel, Big Sexy. I love it that she took Kevin Nash's nickname. Big Sexy Raquel Rodriguez comes to the ring. And here's another thing that bugged me. Because we all saw it. Liv Morgan eliminating Raquel Rodriguez from the Royal Rumble match. We all thought she's going to address it. And she goes, hey, thanks for the introduction. And thanks for all the enthusiasm. Yeah, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. How come you eliminated me from the Rumble? And instead of let's focus on that. Liv immediately shoots it down and goes, no, come on. You know what we said because it's okay because at least one of us won the Rumble and that's what matters. And now you got a championship match. And Raquel's like, okay, fine. What? No.
That was weird. That was a bit weird. Sorry, long-term storytelling and all, but the fact that Raquel was like, okay.
They should have delved into that a little bit more. We needed a little bit more meat on that. Because, girl, you got betrayed at the Royal Rumble by your best friend. You're Shawn Michaels to your Diesel. Okay? So you're just gonna, okay, fine. No!
That was weird.
Like Liv has to convince you why she did it, and you have to like, give her like very mad looks, and then say, "Okay, I can live with this. I can live with this. I can
Yeah.
live with this. So let's move on." Like it wasn't embellished enough, and I mean they had a lot of potential like into like really develop this into one of the major key points in the storyline, and they missed the entire opportunity. It's just
No,
insane.
it's turning Raquel Rodriguez to weak. It's turning Raquel Rodriguez weak, if you ask me. If they're planning to do like what you said, Shawn Michaels and Diesel, make it. Just make it happen. Like I don't want this storyline to be stretched like a gum, like Finn and Dominic or like Zaruka. If you have the spot, hit
Too
it.
late. Triple H has been
That's
doing it for
it.
years.
That's it.
All right. Okay, so the following
And
match.
please let's talk about her entrance. Holy crap.
The one
I'm sorry.
thing
I hate it. I hate it. Why she was Def Rebel. I'm sorry. I hate it.
Stephanie Vaquer had an interview with Chris Van Vliet a couple of months ago, and she only said one thing. I asked Shawn Michaels when I came up to the main roster, please let me keep my music. I like my music. And he said, okay, I'll try. And she kept it. And then they went, you know what? We don't like your music. So we're going to turn it into something that's really crappy. And I'm like,
Why?
why?
Why
Everyone liked the
exactly?
music.
I think I read somewhere. I don't remember which source was it. That once an NXT superstar gets a call to the main roster, okay, he can keep his entrance theme for a short time, but then they decide, okay, we need to change it to adjust it to the main roster. It happened
Yeah.
with several stars, but
Yeah.
still,
Tell it to Jordan Grace. Okay.
Jordan Gray's pretty deadly. Finn Balor, even though right now maybe he'll get his original back. You have so plenty, and now people are scared they will change Oba Femi's entrance theme.
But here's the thing, because you're saying they changed her because of the reason you said, but look at the other way around, because we see people like Shinsuke Nakamura, he's asking his old theme music back, he got it. Street
Yeah,
Profits
yeah.
got their old theme music back, they got it. So why did they change stuff? I mean, what was the executive decision behind changing
That's
a
the
music that
point.
people like?
That's the point. I don't know.
And
I don't
change
know. It's
and
bizarre.
changing it into a bad one. I'm dying to find out what is exactly the executive decision behind these decisions. What's the reasoning behind that? What?
And it was shown on Stephanie's face expression in the entrance that
Yeah,
first
she's
of all, it
mad.
wasn't adjust like how she does it. Like for example, she goes down and then she has the flames up and then she has to go up. And it fits with the old theme. And this one, she was like, okay, now I have to do this and then go up. It was weird. I think she
Hopefully next
herself
week they're
hates
gonna
it.
change it back.
I hope
Sometimes
so.
fans backlash works.
I hope they will
Okay.
change it back.
All right, so we get the match. We get Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez in a Philadelphia street fight.
Or
It's a
street
good
fight.
match. Yeah, good street fight. They went back and forth. Lots of weapons were used in this match. There's a spot where Roxanne Perez trying to interfere. That goes backfired. And then Liv Morgan, who Raquel specifically told and asked her, don't interfere in this match. Stay in the back. She came in the ring. She gave the title to Raquel. She tried to use it. It was too late. Stephanie hits her in the back of her head. And then there's something about
Corkscrew
tables.
moonsault.
There's something about tables and women's wrestling that the tables refuse to break. I mean, it doesn't matter what she does. The table refused to break. Finally, Stephanie did that corkscrew moonsault thing. She pins Raquel and she retains the championship. Now, I'm I'm positive about the decision, but I also have to question the decision because from recent reports, Stephanie's not 100%. Okay, she does have an issue with her leg, as far as I know. If I'm mistaken, feel free to correct me in the comments. But if she's not 100% cleared, why not do an adjustment? I think if Stephanie's not cleared and she can't compete at WrestleMania, health comes first. Okay, I know it's a bummer to miss WrestleMania, but there will be other WrestleMania. Stephanie is a mega star. Okay, and we have lots of years in front of her. So if the main story now is seeing Raquel versus Liv, Raquel could have won the title, and then you could have this mini storyline with a Batista thing about Raquel telling Liv telling Raquel, listen, I'm gonna go after Jade, so I'm gonna get the title for the entire Judgment Day. And then she tries to hit her from behind, and then Raquel powerbombs her from the table. It's like a reverse Batista because Liv has to do the choosing. Okay,
Hmm.
it could actually work if they went that route. So now it seems they're not gonna go that route. Stephanie's still the champion. We're gonna get probably Liv versus Stephanie, which will be a good match, but I really believe there's a bigger story to tell with Raquel and Liv instead of Stephanie.
Yeah.
No offense to Stephanie, of course. So
No, I agree. Because here's the thing with Stephanie Vaquer, okay, you had that storyline with Raquel just for the past few weeks, but yeah, right now the storyline with Liv is more hotter than the storyline with Stephanie Vaquer.
yeah,
And I also thought that Raquel would have won, should have won that match. It was a great match, by the way.
yeah, good, great match.
Raquel should have won it, and the fact that Liv Morgan came and helped her, it was like a spike. That's the part of the long-term storytelling that I think that, yeah, Liv and Raquel at WrestleMania could be epic. And I'm sorry, yeah, more than Liv and Stephanie. But if I'm going on the long run here, yes, Liv will take the title from Stephanie at WrestleMania. Then the Raw after, new season so-called, they will do the turn on Raquel, and then they will try to build Raquel, if you ask me. But I thought they should have done it right there. And
The implosion of the Judgment Day is near. We have been saying this for the past 3 years. It's not gonna happen
yeah,
yet. So yeah, all right. So we come to the final segment of Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns enters the arena. It takes him about 10 minutes to do so.
did you
And
count?
yeah, but that's okay. We're already accustomed to that. Roman talks to the crowd. Philadelphia. You know, we had some great moments here. Not moments that I like because this is where I lost the title after 1,316 days, and then this is but I won the Rumble here. But your response was a little bit different than now, so that's okay. And then he tries to talk about WrestleMania when CM Punk comes to the arena. And CM Punk enters the ring where he's face to face with Roman. And the first thing he says is, Finn Balor, you listen to me. And Roman's like,
Roman's
are you serious?
expression was priceless.
Dude, he's thin air to him. And Roman's like, are you serious? You're coming into my promo time, coming into my time. You're never going to even address me. You're talking about Finn Balor? And then Punk goes all tribal chief on him. He goes, what? I'm sorry, this is SmackDown? No, this is Monday Night Raw. This is Netflix. This is my show. I call the shots. Now, for the biggest question, if this is a match people want to see, if this is a match that people will be satisfied with as a WrestleMania main event, Roman Reigns showed us exactly why this was a good decision and a safe bet from WWE to have him win the Royal Rumble. He had an awesome promo. A very good promo against CM Punk with a back and forth and talking about their history. And the line that pretty much emphasizes this rivalry was the line that they said about Punk when he got on your best friend's podcast and he told him about you got to make Roman Reigns look strong. That ruined my life. That actually, I think that was the first thing in the trajectory of Roman Reigns' career that really like made people like dislike him. That line, you got because he was the guy the machine wanted to push. He was the guy that everybody wanted to push down people's throats, and that's why Roman Reigns had a very very I want to say annoying career at the beginning of his singles career after the whole Shield broke up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even his fault. He was trying to do his job, but because of the jab by CM Punk, that set the trajectory to his entire career up until now, and he's been balling it in. And the thing is, he says, "Listen, when you wanted to come back, who did they ask? They asked me if I allow you to come back." And in the Survivor Series, after I show you some respect, shaking your hand, what you do? You do a zebra shit. Give me a break. So at the end of the day, he goes, "Listen, I'm picking you not because you're the best guy. I'm not picking you because you have the title that I won. I'm not picking you because it's gonna be the best match. I'm picking you because I hate your guts and I want to kick your ass." A tremendous promo. I'm sold. Give me this as a main event for WrestleMania Night 2. And away we go.
Z-Bros.
Zebras.
Z-Bros. Okay, regarding what they said towards one another, it wasn't anything, let's call it new, but the execution of what they said, yeah, I will agree with you. It was a great face-off between the two of them, especially when Roman was the more dominant here than
More
CM
dominant,
Punk.
yeah.
He was more dominant, and like the fact that he's like, I hate you. That's it. Let's make the match official. So, yeah, that was the reason storyline wise why Roman won the Rumble. That storyline wise only. So it's not okay. You can say it's like a safe bet, but you need to remember that's a long term storytelling with the guy. Now, I have to give you I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
You do think, okay, if we will not get the match with Finn Balor in Elimination Chamber, if we will not get that, do you see any chance
No.
that Finn Balor somehow will be involved
No.
in this match?
No. No. This is going to be one-on-one because I think it should be one-on-one. No interference. No Seth Rollins. You can have him have Braun Breaker at WrestleMania if he comes back in time. No. This should be one-on-one. And if something happens to the division at WrestleMania, maybe Paul Heyman shows up. But this match needs to be one-on-one. It needs to be a conclusion to a long-term rivalry, long-time rivalry between both men, and Roman should win. And with Punk saying the line of "You gotta face the best in the world," Punk, that was a decade ago. And I'm not saying that because it's something personal. I'm saying it because in character, you still believe you're the best in the world, in character, of course, but you're not. Maybe you were a decade ago, but the thing is, you're this day you're trying to hold on into your glory days. The character, of course. I'm talking about the character. And he talks about Roman like he's a young boy, like Roman suggested in the promo, and it's not. He's his equal, even his superior right now. So at Punk, as we see him in his last few matches, we see him more tiresome. He's facing off against people of a lot more stamina, a lot more cardio. It shows, okay. I'm not saying that maybe it's by design. I don't know. But as we look at this matchup, I think the story should be is that Roman knows he can finish off CM Punk. But the story should be, does Punk really think he can beat Roman Reigns?
I don't know, but if you look at the whole of the match when it comes to cardio and ring talent, I think that Roman can elevate a lot CM Punk, similar to the triple threat at 41.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna see anything different.
All right.
But if I have to gamble of who will win the match, obviously it really depends on Roman Reigns' schedule. It really depends on his schedule.
Really?
Because
the guy had like 5 matches in like 2 years, and everybody was fine with it. So yeah.
Exactly, and that's why I think Punk will win. Will retain.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yep.
Well, that was Monday Night Raw. Let's give it a grade between 1 and 10, and there's even a 0 if the show was a catastrophe. What's your score for Monday Night Raw?
Solid 6.5.
Same as me. Same here. Moving on to NXT. Let's see what happens. There's a lot to talk about. And the first issue we got to talk about is the fact that the general manager has quit her job. Good. Good riddance. Ava left WWE, said some stuff on Twitter, and then she deactivated her account. Great. So who's going to be the new general manager of NXT? The show begins with Shawn Michaels talking to Robert Stone, and he tells Stone, well, because of all the times you have showed your enthusiasm and your support for NXT, you are now the interim general manager. He's not the official general manager, he's the interim. So that means he's not going to be full-time. Maybe he will, but I'm still hoping for Regal. Come on, man.
Okay, are you those? Okay, you saw the latest tweet.
There's another one?
Okay, so you saw on Twitter, on X,
Yeah.
that segment with Shawn Michaels announcing Mr. Stone as the interim GM.
Okay.
Okay, who replied for that? Who replied? That's
I
the
didn't say
interesting
that.
part.
Who?
Carmella. And Carmella, more than that, She changed her name from Leah Vandale to Carmella WWE, meaning that could be she was reinstated. So now the
Really?
rumors are speculating that Carmella might be the general manager for NXT. That's
Wow.
interesting.
That is an interesting choice. Um, Fine.
That will be interesting to see.
All right. If she's gonna be the
Let's
new
see how it
GM,
goes.
all right. See how it goes. I'm all for it. And from there, we immediately go into the match. No ring entrances. You just straight into the introduction in the ring. It's Easy Dane versus Thea Hale versus Lola Vice for the North American Championship, the Women's North American Championship. The first time the title has been defended in a triple threat match. Couple of things about the match. Number one, Booker T, you are unsufferable. Dude, someone get that guy off the mic.
Wait till the main event. Wait till the main event.
I mean, Jesus. I can't watch a match with Booker if either Lola Vice or JC Jane or anyone on the women's roster is on the match because the guy is just insufferable. I
He
can't
misses
take it.
Stephanie Vaquer. He missed Stephanie Vaquer. Really?
I said it before in Hebrew and I'll say it in English. Booker T had an illustrious career. He's a Hall of Famer. But at the end of the day, people are not going to remember the fact that he's a Hall of Famer. They're not going to remember his illustrious career. They're not going to remember the fact that he was a king. They're not going to remember the fact that he's a multi-time world champion. No, they're going to remember him because of the chant that he invented for Stephanie Vaquer. That's the only thing they're going to remember him by. Wow. And I'm just thinking every time he comes back home to his wife, he goes, hello dear, how was work? What is he gonna say? I'm kidding, Booker. I'm only kidding, man. Okay, but still, dude, but seriously, calm down with the whole nonsense. I don't know. Anyways, good decent match. There's a point in the match where Thea Hale tries to eat the title. She's like biting the championship. Like that. Could someone please sanitize the championship? She's trying to eat the
No,
championship.
but it's okay when people are licking the titles.
That is not okay. I'm not okay with this.
Exactly.
Towards the end of the match, we see Kalani Jordan attacking Lola Vice and trying to break her hand with a chair. And from there, Easy Dame pins Thea Hale after a Batista bomb or a Pro Rival Plunge, whatever you want to call it.
Sit down
And
power bomb. That's the finisher. Yeah.
All right, and she retains the championship. Pretty obvious decision in here to establish Easy Dame as a major champion. Although you have to look at Thea Hale and say, wow, so she was a transitional champion.
Yep. Because you still have to remember it was a fluke, but still they tried to see her how she goes with the title. But yeah. But I will have to get to say a few good words about Easy Dame because wow, her improvement is amazing. Amazing. I love her in-ring ability. I love her on the mic. Like she's doing in-ring segments when you have a major booze in the background and she completely ignores them. I think she's a massive. She has an amazing development. I see a bright future for this woman. Keep it up. And the reason why she retained, Tatum Paxley stand and deliver.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Did you know her background story?
With not the volleyball.
Yeah, volleyball.
Volleyball, yeah. In Cyprus, yeah.
Yeah, the fact that she's banned from playing volleyball for a decade.
It's kind of a weird decision from their side, but okay.
Well, it's either WWE or you're gonna play volleyball. So she went with WWE after you're banned.
WWE, come on.
Oh, yeah.
And they discovered her on Instagram. She only had like 4,000 followers, something like that.
Which is basically nothing in like Instagram terms. So yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, she has shown incredible improvement. She's great on the mic. She's great in the ring. A truly established star of the NXT product, of the NXT system. And the sky's the limit.
Yeah, totally.
All right, we see a conversation backstage between Sol Ruka and the Ren QCC. Zarya comes in and she's pissed. She is mad. How come you didn't tell me about the Royal Rumble? What is this? Sol goes, well, they told me not to tell anyone. So, I didn't. And Zarya's mad, and she goes, listen, we have a match tonight for the Knockouts Tag Team titles. I am going to win this. And it's not about you, Sol. It's not about you. It's about me this time. And Sol goes, okay, this is about you. I want you to be happy. I want you to succeed as much as I am. But you're taking all the spotlight, huh, Sol? All right. So they're going to have a match later on tonight.
I'll get it.
Zarya doesn't trust Sol Ruka. Is Zaruka falling apart? Is this the end? We'll have to find out and see.
Well, I'll talk about it afterwards.
From one tandem that is about to fall apart to another one, as we see Dixon and Oriah Connors talking backstage, and Dixon questions Oriah Connors' actions last week. That hey, how come you didn't, help out? And Oriah goes, listen, when you talked about joining Chase U, we talked about it as a way to elevate ourselves. We have done nothing. We haven't elevated nothing. So
Yeah.
what are we gonna do? So in comes Lexus King and Stax, and they, of course, like
Ariana
smeared.
Grace.
Exactly. So they smeared him down, they talked him down, and then of course Dixon said, "Hey, how about a match? I'll stew against you two later on." And they go, "Okay, fine." Now we see an established faction with Ariana Grace and Stax and Lexus King. They're trying to bring in Charlie Dempsey, and the question is, what is the name of this faction?
There isn't. I have no idea.
Okay, let's do a little bit of a brainstorm. What would you call them?
I have no idea. The Kings? I don't know.
I think it's obvious. The Entourage.
There wasn't a faction under that name
The
before.
Miz Taraj. That was the Miz Taraj, so yeah.
So Lexix King Taraj. I don't know. I've no idea.
Maybe.
But
The Impact-
when it comes to Chase Hill and Oriah Connors, right? I hope that we will see a true development in the storyline because they don't need Chase Hill.
Of course.
And if it goes to like I don't know, a short-term feud with Connors. Not Connors, Dixon, Kyle Dixon, Kale Dixon.
Kale Dixon.
Kale Dixon, yeah. I'm okay with that. I think they don't. The two of them doesn't need Chase Hill. They don't need Andre Chase. They don't need him.
All right.
And now they're trying to really show us who really Oriah Connors is. By the way, he's the son of Finley.
And the brother of Dave Finley from New Japan.
Yeah. So there you have him. Do something right.
I love the fact that they acknowledge that he is the son of Finley without saying that he's the son of Finley.
No, but
Yeah.
you saw their match like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Their athleticism is great.
Yeah. Ryan Connors has also shown a great
Keep elevating
improvement.
them. Keep elevating them too because they deserve it.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We see Tony D'Angelo. What the hell? Like, he went from an Italian mobster into a generic version of Craven the Hunter with a heavy metal entrance music.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the
the
hell?
entrance was.
How does that even make sense?
Okay.
I don't get the entrance. I don't get the whole facade. I don't get the whole imagery of the new Tony D'Angelo. I understand his reasoning behind what he does. Well, not really much. How about taking it? Okay, if he has a problem with Darkseid, how come he's beating up everybody else? He has to take out
Exactly.
his aggression.
That's the part that I didn't understood. Okay, Dark State, fine, but why Joe Hendry? Why Javon Evans? Why all the other guys?
So his
I didn't
reasoning
get an
is
answer to that either.
his reasoning is because he wants to take out his aggression because he's mad at the world, so he's beating up everybody. So he said he had a family 7 months ago. 7 months ago? That's long as it's been that he's broke up his
Yes,
family?
it says stand and deliver.
That's insane. So 7 months ago, his family broken up, and he took it really hard. So he went to a dark place in a dark room with no lights, no television, and he started to grow a beard, and he ate beans, and he drank liquor, and he probably lived in an Eskimo or something in the North Pole because he wears a jacket. So when he comes back, he says he's here for two reasons. Number one, I want to avenge my family. I want to hurt Darkseid. I want to take my revenge on them. And the second reason is, well, I'll first take care of the first one, and then I'll tell you the other one. Now remember that. This is his main reason now. His reason is to take out Darkseid. He wants revenge. Remember that. Okay? When we're talking about something else during this podcast. But the music, the whole Craven the Hunter thing, I don't know.
I'm not buying it either.
I'm not
I
buying
want
it.
because we not seen enough of this character. Okay, you're doing this redemption story against Darkseid, and you're changing the whole character. Okay, the mob character. Okay, it's done. But right now, I'm still not buying this whole, let's call it like repackaging, some of a sort. But I don't know. I just want to see more of that. And if you ask me, the second goal is a championship. Because he did mention that he won all those titles in the past,
Of
and the
course he
NXT title is the
did.
only title that's missing. So he's going for the NXT title. Pretty
I
obvious.
think they are trying to restructure Tony D'Angelo because he came to the conclusion that his mobster gimmick won't work in WWE.
Exactly. That's exactly.
I beg to differ. Okay, it could have worked, but they decided not to. But that's fine. I just don't really understand his current direction of his character. So we just have to wait and see.
Yep.
Next, we see a TikTok video by Shiloh Hill talking about his upcoming match later on in NXT. I gotta say, I don't understand this guy at all, but I'm just laughing at his videos. I think it's funny.
He's cute. He's
Yeah.
cute.
Promo by Jasper Troy, the Speed Champion, because they're doing another tournament. Because every time he beats his challenger, he gets another tournament, and then he gets a title match, and which is fine. What do you think about the whole Speed concept?
Wow. They don't need it.
No,
At first, I was like, okay, there's a concept here, nice. Now I just like, I don't need it.
I mean it
You
works.
blink and the match is over. So it's like, no, sorry,
Well,
not
I
a big
mean,
fan.
I
Not
mean
a big
it
fan.
work. I mean it works. So if it works and the people are actually behind it, because it looks like the people are enjoying the speed matches, so I don't know. I'm kind
Okay,
of like,
maybe on the men's side. On the women's side, did
when was
Fallon
the last time there
Henley
was a
ever
women's
defending
tournament
her
in
title?
the? When was the last time there was a women's tournament for the deciding the number one contender? When?
Fallon Henley, Zarya, when Fallon Henley won. And
And
Gold
after
Rush.
that, like it hasn't
Nothing.
been one like yeah, exactly. So
Nothing.
yeah. All right, so we get a speed match between Ilio LaFleur, the newest recruit to NXT, against Charlie Dempsey. 3 minutes of total nonstop action, no pun intended. And in the end, LaFleur wins.
Obvious.
Yeah, cool.
Obvious.
All right. Interview with Joe Hendry, and this time he's not even smiling. He's got to be serious on this because, it's fun. I love playing my song and doing fun and stuff, but this is serious. I haven't won a championship since I lost the TNA championship. I gotta win this. You go, Joe. And we'll see if he actually wins this. He also confirms that the Vanity Project attacked him last week when they denied it. And I'm like, oh, really? So it's not a mystery about who attacked him? We're not doing that? No? Okay, fine.
Ava's gone, so they can't do the storyline again.
All right, we're getting the entrance of Zaruka, and Zarya is completely mad at Sol. She pushes her to the side, even at the
Yeah.
entranceway. Sol pushes her back. And then we get the match. Okay, now I'm going to let you talk about the match.
The match was, by the way, against the Elegance brand for the TNA Knockouts title.
Okay, I want you to talk about the match. I want you to give your opinion
Yeah.
about the match because I have something in my mind. I want to see if we're on the same waves of about what we thought about this match, about the whole construction of it, and how exactly the whole Soul and Zarya friendship imploded here. So let's hear your thoughts. Talk about the match, and then I'll
First
follow
and
along.
foremost, I will have to say good words about the Elegance brand. They're underrated. They're amazing. I hate I never forgot what his name is. I hate him.
The conciliere, the country,
Whatever. I hate
Yeah.
him. But Heather and Am are great. Just so FYI. But when it comes to Zarya and Saul, it was like, dude, the turn already. I'm just like, okay, you wanted to do the match all by yourself, and then Saul had to tag by spite, and then Zarya had to do six by spite. It was like this back and forth, looked like a kindergarten feud. Make the turn, and that's it. That's it. What was your idea? Or what do you think?
All right. So here's the thing. There's a lot of debate online about who should turn, either Soul or Zarya. And the story they tried to tell us is that Zarya is very jealous of Soul, but she is jealous of her success. But Soul is a good person. Soul is not doing this out of selfish reasons. She just gets she gets a lot of opportunities like falling out of the sky. But in this match, the story is Zarya wants to prove that she can do it on her own, okay? So she doesn't want to tag Soul, which is maybe a selfish reason, but we understand the reason not to do that, okay? So she's not
Yeah.
tagging. What does Soul do? What does Soul do? She selfishly tags her against
Yeah.
her will, thus
A spy
proving
tag.
Zarya's point.
Yeah, a
So-
spy tag.
So Saul is doing this out of selfish reasons. So she actually proves everything Zarya said was right. Then she goes into the match, And then she tries to tag Saul because, we're tag team partners. Zarya's, of course, pissed. She's mad at her. So she tags her with full force on her chest. And I'm like, you're just proving exactly what Zarya's been saying all along. Okay? That you're selfish. So Zarya comes back in, another blind tag, and from there, a beautiful ending sequence of the matchup where they had Soul hitting the Soul Snatcher on Zarya. That was awesome. And then, of course, the Elegance brand, who of course get full props. Awesome performance by Em and Heather, and they retain the Knockout Tag Team titles. So, from watching that match alone, Soul should do the turn. Zarya should be the babyface. And overall, when I look at Zarya's run in NXT, they have done tremendous injustice to this woman because she was brought in as a monster. She was supposed to demolish everyone in this division. And what did they do? They put her in a buddy comedy act with Soul, and she's not terrifying anymore. She loses on a weekly basis. And I'm like, why are you wasting this woman? Why?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I thought, okay, at the beginning of the storyline, I thought they will do something similar to Rhea and Liv in 2022. Because it kind of looks similar. Yeah. But again, yes, I will agree with you because I also said it like in a few months back that the person that will eventually do the turn is Sol Ruka. Yeah, it can turn Zarya into a baby face that it's not even connected to the monster gimmick that is supposed to give her, but it could elevate her in a certain way. But if you look at the whole storyline, I don't care who will do the turn. Just do it, and that's it. That's it.
Zarya should have just decimated everyone in the women's roster on the women's division in NXT and then move on to any championship goals. But no, they had to put her in a comedy act with Saul about them being an odd couple. And then she keeps losing, and she keeps losing. She doesn't get any opportunities. And now they develop this envious routine, which is now justified, by the way.
Well, so, yeah, if Zarya will do the turn, so yeah, it will be obvious and justified because of what you said.
Yeah.
But if you want to do the storyline properly, then yeah, because Soul is being selfish, so the turn here can be more surprising.
We get a conversation between the Vanity Project and Ethan Page when they acknowledge it. They attack Joe Hendry. So let me get this straight. So why did you do a mystery act of you not attacking Joe Hendry and then Ava telling you backstage, listen, Ethan wins automatically, he qualifies automatically to the match, but if Joe's cleared, so he also qualifies. But if they attacked him, why is he rewarded?
Yeah, it was dumb. That was dumb.
So dumb. That's the thing about what I'm saying, what I'm telling you about. Consistency. You have to be consistent in what your story is in order for it to make sense. If stuff like this don't make sense, then the entire story you can throw it into the trash. I mean, you could have had Carver attack him backstage, but you just proved my point. So Ethan Page, of course, gives them a couple of words of encouragement, and we'll see Jackson Drake later on in the match. By the way, where the hell is Gal? How come he's not in this matchup?
It's Gal. He's still in Evolve. I don't think he got the call to NXT.
I don't care. He should have been in this matchup.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you, but I don't know.
All right. We see a video of Jada in the merch stand outside before the show begins, and we see Blake Monroe attacking her. Yeah. So they're gonna continue their feud, Blake and Jada. Chase U versus Lexis King and Stax. Also, another point where Dixon does a blind tag to Orion Connors, and he's mad at him for stealing his spotlight for some reason. The heels win, and Orion Connors apparently joins them and leaves Chase U. And then at this point, I think the second attempt at Chase U should have never happened. Like, I know,
totally.
Because if you already broken up the act that you shouldn't have broken up in the first place, but you fired everyone, then let it just rest. But you tried again, it didn't work. Now where are we going? I have no idea.
But I don't think that Connor specifically joined them.
He was also with them backstage.
They went to the back already, and then it was like he was just walking himself. I have no idea.
Yeah, but later on in the mini segment with Ren QCC,
he was there.
Yeah, he was right behind Lexus and Stacks. And they're like talking to Charlie Dempsey, hey, you're going to join us or
I
not?
haven't noticed him. I haven't noticed him.
It's
Sorry.
for a couple of seconds, but you actually see him. So yeah, he's with them now.
Do you think Charlie Dempsey will eventually join?
No, I actually think Charlie Dempsey's going to do a face turn and then feud with them because he wants to keep his loyalty to the Ren QCC because he likes them. So I think.
Okay.
All right. After that, we get a promo by Fatal Influence. JC Jane talks about her success in the Royal Rumble, fulfilling her dream of being in the Royal Rumble match, only to be eliminated by the selfish Sol Ruka. So she says, you know what, Sol, if you want it so bad, fine, I'll give you a match for the title. Zarya comes out, no, she's not getting another match. The hell with her. I want that match for myself. And JC goes like, you haven't won a match for like 6 months. Why should I give you a title match? And then Kendall Gray shows up. Of course, the crowd is completely behind her, and she says, no, I'm going to get another match because you screwed me with your friends, the Fatal Influence. I want another match. Zarya friends Kendall friends Zarya. Ren's like there, yay! You go. Sol Ruka shows up, and she says, well, I know I deserve a match. I know Kendall deserves a match. Even Ren deserves a match. Zarya, you don't deserve a match. I laughed my ass off. So, bottom line, Robert Stone in his first executive act as general manager says the following. We're going to have a tag match next week. It's going to be the Ren QCC versus Zaruka, and whoever gets the pinfall wins the match, but also gets a championship match in Atlanta in 3 weeks. Now, this can work wonderfully because it's whoever gets the pin. So you know Zaruka are going to fight inside, like are going to fight each other.
There's going to be a brawl between all four, if you ask me. But if you have to say who will pin and who will get the shot, who
Ren
will
Sinclair. She's going to be like out of the blue. She's going to win this. I think Kendall's going to give her the win, and she's going to support her. I don't think she's going to turn on her or something. That's my guess.
No, I think when it comes to Ren QCC, Ren should do the turn on the Candle. If you ask me.
I mean, it looks like it, but I think they're gonna pull through, and I think Ren is gonna she's gonna get the pin. She's gonna get the match in Atlanta. So. Yeah.
But I think it will be too obvious to give it to Sol Ruka. Or they're gonna save it till Standing to Deliver, and Kendall will get her rematch. Somehow Zarya will be on the equation here and will get a triple threat.
You do realize
Zarya can win.
You do realize that Kendall is still the Evolve champion, right? She's still the
I
women's
know,
Evolve
but
champion.
they're still trying to push her, so.
All right. If she gets the call up to NXT, like that means she has to forfeit the Evolve championship because that's
I have no idea if she got involved. She got the call up to NXT. I have no idea if she's still in NXT or she's still in Evolve. I'm not sure.
I have no idea either.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right. So after that, we get in an interview with Kalani Jordan saying that, did you see me break Lola's hand? Now she can't knock out people anymore. So yeah, there's that. And then we get the conversation with Ren QCC and Charlie Dempsey, and then we're off to the main event. It's a 7-man
Booker T singing Joe Hendry song. Let's talk about it.
Someone get that guy a drink. I think Vic Joseph is probably losing his mind every time Booker does that. But I have no confirmation.
He's corpsing every time. He's corpsing every time.
Oh my God! You know they have new commentary in the game, right? With Booker and Wade Barrett. If Booker's gonna do that in the game, I'm
God!
During the matches with no commentary at all. I swear.
Oh my God!
All right, so we got the main event. A 7-man ladder match to crown a new NXT champion. We got Shiloh Hill. We got Absolute Ricky Saints. We got Jackson Drake. We got Super Sean Legacy. We got Carver. I forgot his first name.
Keanu Carver.
Thank you very much. Dion Lennox and Joe Hendry. The first thing I got to say about this match, remember Tony D'Angelo. Remember what he said. I need to get my revenge against Dark State. No Dark State in the match. No Tony D'Angelo interference, but that's their main goal, right?
That's kind of weird.
Shouldn't you be attacking Dion Lennox in this matchup because you want your revenge? Nothing.
But he was able to interfere all of their matches a few weeks 3 weeks straight, and then here nothing.
But if he wants to hurt Dark State at their biggest moment, it should have been when Dion Lennox is on the ladder. And then Tony attacks him because he wants revenge. But he didn't even interfere in the matchup. So what was the point of the promo?
I have no idea.
So that's one thing. Overall, this matchup was very, very good. Very good collaboration between all athletes involved.
Yeah,
There was a very funny spot with Shiloh doing stilts from the broken
I loved
ladder.
it. I
That- that-
loved it.
good,
That was
good,
awesome.
good
And I
coordination
wanted
by
to.
Shiloh.
Okay, there's something that you need to agree with me on.
Sure.
You know the curved wall.
Yeah.
That curved wall. It was meant to be broken.
Yep.
That's his only purpose. When
And of
Keanu
course,
Carver just speared Sean Legacy, so there's like, that's the purpose of this wall. Come on.
it's like when they thought about the spots about who does what. I think Sean Legacy just jumped in and said, "Okay, I'll take the spot."
Yeah,
People will talk
Keanu was
about
like,
that.
ah, I
Yeah.
did it.
So you got Carver like ramming everybody after everybody dropped ladders on him, and he takes out everybody. He threw Jackson into the stands. What a leap from
Yeah.
that guy! And then you have Carver and Ricky Saints on top of the ladders, and somehow Ricky Saints get the advantage, pushes Carver, and Carver was so lucky because the way he fell. He first folded his legs and then he just strained them because if he would have kept his leg folded, he would have broken his legs when he fell through
Yeah.
the ladder. That was scary as hell.
But more than that, it was this close to break his tailbone
Yeah,
because he landed on his tailbone.
super scary.
Yeah.
And then you have Ricky Saints on the ladder. Now, Ricky, the spot is that he's on the ladder, and then Joe comes in, and then he sees him, and then they fight. But he he's trying to like sell time, so he does his pose, and I'm like, dude, what are you posing
No, but
for?
no, the way that they were swinging the title and the cameraman
that's-
like swinging the titles with them.
Nah,
It was like,
we've seen that spot before, but specifically the spot before that, where he stands on the ladder after he dropped Keanu Carver, and he just stand there, he smiles and he's doing his pose, and I'm like, what are you posing for? Climb the ladder! And then Joe comes in, he turns around, they find on the ladder, and they try to grab it, and then the spot is Joe like beats the title into the face of Ricky Saints. Ricky falls also backwards on top of the ladder. Now the ladder was supposed to like stay in place, but it fell
is.
on the bottom part, and Ricky almost whipped his neck through whiplash his neck through the rope. Also scary. I hope he's okay. And unbelievably, they actually do the right thing. Joe Hendry is the new NXT champion. And opposed to TNA, contrary to TNA, he didn't have to wait 2 years to get the title. Awesome decision. I'm so happy
yeah,
for you.
love it. Great decision. They were waiting for it for too long, if you ask me. There was a
Too
great
long.
match. The best man won. And that's it. And the fact that Booker T sang afterwards as well.
Shut up. Just
No,
shut
but
up.
Joe Hendry really deserved it. And let's see what will be next.
And like I said, TNA overshot Joe Hendry with that win of the title. He should have won it the first time, and the fact that they prolonged it for like a year, for like an extra year, I think it lost a lot of his limelight, a lot of his thunder that he had, and then when he lost it, he was down even more. And the question was, okay, he's in NXT. Will he win the championship in NXT? Will he be the guy? And I'm happy he's the guy. He's so deserving for this because he worked his ass off. Everybody in the match did an incredible job. Like I said, great chemistry between all competitors. But this was the right call. Joe Hendry is the right guy to be the NXT champion. I don't know how long he's going to have a title reign because it looks like people are also very excited about him being on the main roster. I heard a lot of reports about the people at NBC want him on SmackDown. So if he makes it to stand and deliver as champion, well deserved. And if he
I'm
doesn't,
sure he will, but the question is against who? I mean,
I'm
okay, he
guessing
has
we
a
can-
small storyline if they will do that with Jackson Drake, but he's evolved, so it's irrelevant if you ask me. The question is who will be? If he'll go towards and delivers the
Well,
champion, who will be?
Well, we still got time, but I think probably they could go with Ricky Saints or even Ricky Saints, or they're gonna do Keanu Carver, like build him up to be the next NXT champion, or even Ethan Page, and then they could have the rematch like they did back in No Mercy a couple of years ago.
Ethan Page is the right call for, if you ask me.
Even though
Page is
even
the right
even,
call.
even though Ethan Page should be in the main roster right now, so you know.
But still, he's the NXT North American champion. He's the AAA mixed tag team champion.
Yeah.
Let's make Ethan Page the belt collector that we need. The Mercedes Moné of WWE. Make it happen, if you ask me.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
And also, fun fact: now we have two Scotsmen that are reigning champions. Joe Hendry in NXT, Drew McIntyre on SmackDown.
Well, good for Scotland. Good for you.
Yep.
All right, so that was NXT. Let's give it a grade between 1 and 10, or even a 0 if it was a catastrophe, which it wasn't. So, what's a grade?
I will give it 7.5.
I'll give it also a 7.5. This show was a very good show, a very good episode of NXT. Of course, the crowning of a new NXT champion, a well-deserving NXT champion. The downfall of Zaruka and Chase U will be well documented, and the absolutely no sense promo by Tony D'Angelo will live in infamy as we move forward into the future.
Even the answers.
Um, but beyond that, Booker T, you're going into the record books. You're going in the record books, my man. We'll never forget this. Okay, so basically that was Raw and NXT. Hopefully we'll come back with the our review of SmackDown. Also, I can't wait to see what SmackDown is going to bring us to us, because on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes is probably going to talk about what happened at the conclusion of the Royal Rumble. Is he going to the Elimination Chamber? Is he going after Jacob Fatu? Who knows? Will Drew McIntyre address all the dissing that CM Punk and Roman Reigns did to him on Raw?
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. It was like
They undersold him like he was a
I haven't said that during their segment where we talked about it, but it was like it's like two girlfriends are chatting about their ex-boyfriend. That's how they did with Drew McIntyre, and it's funny that you haven't tweeted anything about that. He's like obsessive ex-girlfriends.
And people are saying stuff like, look at Roman, he's going for the secondary title. He's going for the secondary title. And I'm like, no, this is a world title. There have been cases in the past where when the man who won the Rumble picked the World Heavyweight Championship, first of all, to challenge for the title of WrestleMania. And that championship was in the main event a couple of times. WrestleMania 21, WrestleMania 24. So I'm happy they're trying to establish this as a main world title thing.
But I don't think they confirmed it for night 2.
It's a night. This is gonna be a night 2 main event.
Are
There's
you
no
sure?
way.
They said that event, but you don't know which night.
Listen, there is no match right now developing or even on the card that says this is not gonna be the night 2 main event. Roman versus CM Punk will close WrestleMania. I can bet on this.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, let's ask you the question. If it's not Roman Reigns CM Punk, what other bigger match is gonna be the main event?
No, that's the thing. There's not a bigger thing, but the thing is, okay, the other bigger match that you have right now is Cody, Drew, and Jacob. But yeah, if you ask me, that could be the main event of night 1.
I'm thinking this. I'm
No,
thinking.
that's the thing. I don't mind that Roman and Punk will be on night 2, but the thing is they haven't announced which night it will be. That's why I'm asking.
Listen, there is no match they can promote or announce that will be a bigger match on the card than Roman and CM Punk. With all respect to Cody and Drew McIntyre and Jacob, if it's a triple threat, if they get a main event, it's gonna be on night 1. Night 2, it will be CM Punk versus Roman. I'm willing to bet on this. If I'm mistaken, I owe you a Coke.
No, again, I don't think there will be another match that will be in that magnitude. So yeah, I will agree that this will be a 9-2, but the thing is they haven't been announced. That is why I'm asking. But let's see.
Let's see. All right, so that was our review for Raw and NXT. Like I said, we'll hopefully come back with a review of SmackDown. Hope you enjoyed our content. Apparently, you liked the Ivy Grace joke. Happy you liked it. We'll see if we can get a couple of more out of those on those short videos on YouTube. So please, if you liked, please share and subscribe. We love to have you. We love the fact that you enjoy our content, and hopefully we'll see you soon with more Clothesline podcast episodes and reviews.